Well, after days of speculation and multiple reports of the Denver Broncos being interested in various players, the team has finally made a move at the wide receiver position. This morning, it was announced that the Denver Broncos have signed former New Orleans Saints wide receiver Marquez Callaway. Callaway is a player that Sean Payton really likes, and Payton clearly knows how to get the best out of him. In 2021, Callaway basically served as the Saints' de facto #1 receiver with Michael Thomas out for the whole season. In his sophomore season, he appeared in all 17 games and caught 46 passes for 698 yards and 6 touchdowns. Callaway initially came into the league in 2020, and he's only 24 years old, so he's still quite young. He measures in at 6'2" and 204 pounds and runs a 4.55 40. He should give the Broncos some really nice depth at the wide receiver position, and in the event that they do potentially move on from either Courtland Sutton or Jerry Jeudy, Callaway could step in and potentially fill that role. Last season, Callaway's role was reduced big time following the departure of Sean Payton, but the reunion with Sean should give Callaway a chance to showcase what he can do again. If he can have a repeat of his 2021 season, then he will be a really nice presence for the Denver Broncos to have on offense. He also has some experience as a punt returner as well. In his rookie season, he returned 11 punts for 122 yards, and last year he returned 2 punts for 25 yards. Although the Broncos brought in Traymon Smith this offseason to serve as their main return guy, and Montreal Washington is still on the roster, Callaway does give the Broncos another option in the return game if needed. So overall, I really like this signing. I feel like Marquez Callaway could carve himself a really nice role for the Denver Broncos. Although I still feel like the team is going to look to add a speedy slot receiver to potentially replace the production of KJ Hamler, who, if you missed the report, suffered a 4 to 6 month pectoral injury. Although KJ Hamler does potentially have a chance to be ready to go for the start of the season, more realistically, we may not see him until October. The Broncos need to add a dynamic speed threat at wide receiver who threatens to take the top off of a defense at any given time. In light of the Marquez Callaway signing, I feel like they're going to look towards the draft to potentially fill that role. Callaway is another fairly bigger-bodied wide receiver for the Broncos, so again, they've got a bunch of guys who really have similar skill sets. We don't really have a burner that can take the top off of the defense that's at least a proven commodity. Sure, we do have a speed guy in Jalen Virgil on the roster, but Jalen Virgil simply cannot do what a healthy KJ Hamler can do. So overall, I still feel like the Denver Broncos have a little bit of work to do on their wide receiving core, but signing Marquez Callaway certainly is a good start. Alright Broncos country, I'm curious, how do you guys feel about the team signing Marquez Callaway? Drop those comments down below, I would love to hear from you. Be sure to leave a like on this video as well as subscribe and ring the bell so these videos appear in your notification feed. And while you're at it guys, be sure to follow me on Twitter at Gage Madrid NFL for continuing Broncos coverage. And for now guys, this has been another episode of Denver Broncos Syndicate. I am your host Gage Madrid, saying peace out.